Welcome to the first video for my channel Think Analog. And today's video is entitled How to Beat AI and Keep Your Job. If you don't think there's a God, I think it was proven to me today because given that this is my first video, what came out today in the Wall Street Journal I found perfect timing. It's an article by Andy Kaiser called Is AI Making Us Dumb? And this channel is about how we as individuals and as human beings can make sure we continue to prosper in this world of AI. And in the article, Andy talks about June 2025 MIT study where they said that using ChatGPT to write your essays creates a cognitive debt. Fancy way of saying it's making us stupid. He goes on to say that from 2000 to 2006, our cognitive scores in 3 of 4 areas had dropped as compared to from 1932 to 1978, they had gone up 3 points every 10 years. Is this a result of technology? I don't know. Is it coincidental that Facebook came out in 2006 and the iPhone came out in 2007? Maybe not. The Guardian newspaper posted an article that included the phrase that software developers and drug dealers call their clients users. Interesting, right? Is there any relationship between the obesity epidemic and decreases in activity? I Googled negative effects of tech. And I know it's kind of ironic that I would Google that because that's using AI. But among some of the things they said, it's higher feeling of isolation, sleep problems, lost time, decreases in physical activity. Can you say obesity? Kids under 5 who had significant screen time were showing much higher levels of ADHD symptoms. And then finally, Andy Kaiser quotes a paper titled The Memory Paradox, and they say in that paper, devices may cause mental muscles to atrophy. And that's an important phrase, mental muscles to atrophy. So if we don't do something to strengthen our mental muscle, then they're going to atrophy, and guess what? AI is going to take over our lives. So the good news is that we control what we do, and we need to create a gymnasium for our mental development. Because if we rely solely on the screen, solely on ChatGPT, tell me this, Siri, tell me that, then we're going to atrophy in our ability to learn, to develop, to create. Will all go downhill. Where do we find a mental gym and the tools to be able to work out these muscles that we have up here so that we become stronger and stronger and stronger and have the talents and abilities that will allow us to survive in an AI world? Just like weights in a weight room are kind of boring, they're round and heavy, there's nothing elegant about them. I believe the tools lie in the analog world. And you're not going to like it because it's going to require work, but here are the tools. Could be pencils, could be a pen, for sure it's a pen, something that you can write with, a composition book. How about some nicer paper from Clairefontaine? And then it's going to require us to read books, writing to learn. How about a dictionary? Rather than saying, hey Siri, what does this mean? Look it up, see what other new words that you can use. But just like a gym, we have to start where we are. And we have to start working out this brain that we've been given, make it stronger, make it better, make it faster, be able to connect more dots and synthesize things in our world so that we continue to have value. And Think Analog is going to be a channel where my goal is to impart to you a lot of the things that I've learned over my life, over 45 years of working in personal development, my personal development, the strategies and tools that can make a difference in a person's everyday life. And just as an overview, there are 4 areas that we're going to focus on. The equation is simple. If we can make you better, then things will get better for you. If you become stronger, you're going to be able to do more, and there will be more value in you. And it'll be harder for the people in charge of AI and all of the decision makers to get rid of you because you bring too much to the game. In a perfect world, we help you become your own boss, and you develop yourself and you bring value to the game, you build a business, and you get what you want from life. We are going to focus on future videos in 4 general areas. The 4 areas are mindset, work ethic, skills, and systems. Now, here's a brief overview of what I mean by all of that and why they're important. Mindset. Watch this. If you don't believe you can, guess what? You're not going to be able to do something. If you don't believe in yourself, if you have self-defeating thoughts, no matter what someone shares with you, no matter how much you read, you're going to figure out a way not to achieve things. So if we make your thinking better, things become better. I almost put work ethic first, but without the right mindset, you're not going to be able to do the work. But there's work ethic. To succeed takes effort, takes energy, takes work. If you have a small work ethic, we're going to have to build it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But work ethic and a willingness not to quit, to keep working, to keep efforting is key. Every single profession, business, job has skills. They're identifiable, they're knowable. And if we improve the skills, you become better at the job. If you're a surgeon, you need to know your surgical skills better. If you're a writer, you need to write better. If you're a carpenter, you need to cut better and cleaner angles. You have to know how to do things simpler. Every single job has skills. So let's figure out what those are, and then let's develop them better so that you become a master of those skills. And then finally, as we go through this process, we're going to help you develop systems. Systems are important because, well, let me put it this way. One of my mentors once said that success is mastery of repetitious boredom. If you're good at something, you do it a lot, over and over and over and over again. Brain surgeons. If you need brain surgery, you want to go to a brain surgeon that's done a lot of them, thousands of them, and you want them to do them the same way that has worked for them in the past. How would you feel if you're laying on a table and you're going, you know, I'm really nervous about my brain surgery. Are you going to do good by me, doc? And the doctor goes, you know, I've done it this way 4,000 times the same way. I'm kind of bored with that. And I'm thinking I might want to try a different methodology. Are you okay with that? How quickly would you head for the door? So we want to develop systems. And what systems allow us to do is allow us to make sure we're doing the right things the right way all of the time. By creating systems, it allows us to focus on what is most important for you to do and potentially delegate other things out and being able to show other people how to do the things that have to be done in the right way. And then finally, if you ever decide to sell your business, what a person is going to be looking for is systems. You want to have a system in place so that I can show you this is exactly how I did it. And by the way, how much will you pay for it? That's an overview of Think Analog and where I intend to take this channel. I hope you find it interesting and helpful. And that's the overview of where I'm going to take this channel. I want to help you incrementally improve your life so that over time you can look back and say, wow, look how far I've come. Look how valuable I've become. Look what I'm able to do for my community because I started today on making myself better. That's what Think Analog is going to be about. If you'd like to reach out to me, email me. Love to chat with you by email. We can swap phone numbers and we can talk by phone. Happy to help you if I can. One of the things that I'm going to do every single time I make a video is I'm going to give you a quote in relation to the topic of the day. And today's quote is from Roy T. Bennett, the author of Light in the Heart. He said, "Believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those you set on yourself. Think about it.